I'm going to give a little bit of an overview of the personal award schemes. So just to kind of remind you about what the Health and Care Research Wales faculty is, it is really our Welsh researcher community. And what we're trying to get to is the position where you have that individualized learning and development and support and mentorship, that actually we know people who are wanting to advance a research career in health and social care want and need. The faculty has a very distinct role around our personal award research schemes that are run across Wales. And we really are looking to make sure that these schemes are fit for purpose across all stages of careers. And also that we're creating opportunities for people to apply for all those different schemes. We have a real commitment to equality, diversity and inclusion, and we're making sure we now collect data relating to people who apply for our schemes so that we really can then develop approaches to make sure that we can create better opportunities for all. We're looking for interdisciplinary working and networking across health and social care. And we are looking to make sure we share the really high quality faculty research across the UK. And I think you'll see in our website, you'll see all the good news stories that are coming out, and the Health and Care Research Wales comms team do such a fantastic job about sharing the excellent research that is ongoing in Wales. So that's what we're about. I would encourage everybody to please, if you haven't yet, sign up to the bulletin. That's where all our news comes out. That's where you can read about what everyone is doing. You can hear about the different opportunities that are available for people. So in terms of the faculty team, we have Alex, Amanda, Sarah and Sarah, who work in the administrative team managing the grant programs and the awards. We actually have one vacancy, which is, I think, currently or very shortly going to advert. So the team are working under huge pressure, ready to deliver all the work that we're asking them to do. And then you've met all our research and development advisors who are all here today. We've got a really wonderful webinar program that has evolved over time. That's led by Claire. I would really encourage you to join those webinars. They are open for all, and we are really trying to use those opportunities to help people hear a little bit more about what are important topics, what is relevant, how do you make your research to sort of fit for purpose, and they are also recorded. So if you can't make them, register and you will get access to the recording after the time. In terms of the research development advisor support, the majority of the work that our RDAs are focusing on are for the faculty members. So once you get an award, that's when a lot of the targeted support exists, because we recognize that people need ongoing support once you have your award to really continue to progress your careers. So there's induction, there's targeted development workshops, there's support in terms of application development, so your next steps. There's also networking opportunities that are all in development. And then when you finish an award, there'll also be where we meet with you to say, right, what's your next step? So how do we know what's happening? So we have continuity across a research career. And then, as I've mentioned, there's these webinar programs. The kind of development workshop that Julia is hosting today is something else for prospective faculty members. And then also with every grant award that we release, the RDAs run surgeries, and that's your opportunity for Q&A. And I can't emphasize enough, sign up to those surgeries, because as we are running these awards, we're seeing sometimes people are putting applications in where they haven't come to the surgeries, they haven't heard that there are often a lot of very common questions that are asked, or that, you know, where some clarification would be required, would be really helpful. So if you are interested, attend those surgeries. So in terms of the offering for people who are faculty members, there's the leadership program. We've got 15 members who are currently on the 23-24 program, and we will be launching the new leadership program again in the middle of this year. We've got the mentoring program, which is with our first cohort ran through last year, and we're going to be enrolling new people into the mentoring program again in the springtime. And so that's cohort 2. So there's an e-learning module with that, there's orientation, and then the pairs now are working together as part of our mentoring program, which is taking a developmental mentoring approach. So this really isn't about more experienced to less experienced, it's about shared development and learning. And then just thinking about the different award schemes. So we have the Research Training Award and the Emerging Researcher Award. These are awards that are very much more for pre-doctoral research development. And I'll talk a little bit more in detail about those in a little while, but those are limited to applicants who are based in NHS Wales or social care organisations only. And then we've got our other awards. We've got our salary replacement, doctoral fellowship, our advanced fellowship, the Senior Research Leaders Awards. We've got the Personal Award Accelerators, Advancing Researchers, and they're all designed to help people make sure that they don't come off the pathway once they're on the pathway, that there are those different opportunities. The Next Steps Award is a rolling scheme, which is for people who have a doctoral fellowship, recognizing that doctoral awards, sometimes people need a little bit of time afterwards to move to their next level. So just talking a little bit about a personal award and being clear that what Health and Care Research Wales faculty funds are personal awards. These are not project grants. These are around developing you as a researcher, and it's focusing on your potential, building your research career, but also on what is your research unique selling point, what is your specific research and why is it important. So it's bringing those two together. And as I've said, that research mentorship and organizational support and supervision is something we're looking for in any application to any of our schemes. And when we're thinking about this, we're thinking, right, what is it that you're going to do in this personal award that's going to mean that you are going to develop your research and develop your established research career? So it's thinking about at all times, what are the inputs, what are the outputs, what are the outcomes, and what's the impact? So when you're starting to pull together your applications, thinking, why do I need to do this piece of work? What's it going to achieve? And trying to articulate that as you write your application. So what difference will this funding make to your research career? And what impact will you have, or will it have on you as a researcher? And I think if you can be asking that question of yourself all the time as you're thinking about this personal award, hopefully it'll help you to articulate the importance of that funding and to convince the funding panel why it's needed. So I'm just going to go through each of the different research training or the different awards very briefly. As I've said, they fit along a pathway so that you can hopefully step on and off as you need. So the Research Training Award Scheme, this will be opening on the 1st of March again. This is an award that is focusing on research skill development for people who are pre-doctoral, right? So this is for anyone who is at any career stage in the NHS or social care who want to develop those research methods skills and the training is at an M level. We expected to have at least 70 to 80 credits of formal research methods training. So that scheme is going to launch again. I think last year we funded 8 or 9 people, 8 or 9, I think, to start on the research training award schemes. The Emerging Researcher Award is for those people who are in the earlier stages of their research career pathways. It is really about those people who are wanting to take their first steps to a research career, put those foundations in practice. It's about moving towards research doctoral studies, but we will also consider people who have got some research, not a PhD, and want to use some of that funding to produce a PhD by published works. The Advancing Researcher is for people who are already most likely holding a PhD or an MD or have research experience, and it's about moving them to take their first-time Chief Investigator large grant awards. The Personal Award Accelerator is about supporting people, giving them the time to make really competitive, ambitious applications to UKR-wide funders. And that's open to staff irrespective of employing organisation. The Trials Development Award is an award that we are going to be launching towards the end of this year. And it is really around people being able to spend time in a registered trials unit where they can develop those trials method skills and write a funding application that would be led from Wales. And then we've got our 2 doctoral and advanced fellowship schemes. These have just closed. So the schemes were opened in October last year and applications closed last 10 days ago or so. And so this is the one where, so what's new is that the doctoral fellowship is salary replacement. The advanced fellowship, I think, is very much the fellowship that Emily had, or equivalent, but except the slight change is that we're not limiting time post PhD in this fellowship award. So it's anybody up to not holding a professorial level appointment. Okay, so those are the awards, and this little grid kind of shows where we're expecting them to fit. General message is, hopefully there's something for you at all of those different stages.